So hello and welcome to this lecture. So in the previous video, we have seen that the coming of the European traders into the Indian subcontinent and in the 14th, 15th, 16th century. And then we started this topic by understanding the what were the important objectives of the Europeans to coming into the Indian subcontinent. So the interest ranged from economic to the various social and the geopolitical and then the religious and in fact the socio-cultural as well as the political hegemony. So the aims and objective ranged from trading, from making profits to also increase the suzerainty of the independent or the empires, and they wanted to create the strategical or the important dominance over the various mapping over the various important areas. They wanted to expand their empires, they wanted to create hegemony of their empires, they wanted to create a name for their uh, uh, for their monarchs. They wanted to search new routes, and because they have the zeal for that thing, they wanted to expand their cultural knowledge, they wanted to expand the society or the influence of European knowledge and the religion as well. Then we saw in the last video about the background how in the 15th century the change of guard in Constantinople, how it fell into the hands of Ottoman Turks, and then Ottoman Turks started controlling the trade, the land trade route between India and European market, and they started getting more profits, which somewhere down the line had given important headache towards the European people, because the prices of the goods commodities increased into the many folds. So this thing, this background of the politics of that period of time of the 15th century, of the change of guard towards the Ottoman people, led to the new exploration of the sea route. Also during this period of time, the society of Europe was coming out of dark age. There was an era of revolution, scientific revolution was going on. The Renaissance was going on. So that there was a zeal towards making way to the new areas, right? To get sea voyages, and by this period of time also the need or the demand for the luxury goods increased. There were areas like Venice and Goa who were getting good money from these trading, so why not the other Europeans should have this thing. Also the monarchs of the various independent kingdoms like Spain, Portugal, they also funded or gave the grant to various explorers to go and search the sea routes so that they can have a direct link or the direct trade route with these important areas. So also the religious leaders like Pope Nicholas V gave them grant, gave them charter to go and explore the things and to spread the Christianity. So they got the help from the political angle, they got the help from the religion, they got the help from their patrons to go and search the new areas. One important treaty of Tordesillas in 1594 divided the area between Portugal and Spain, that is the west of the Atlantic Ocean will be now explored by navigated by the Spanish, and the east of the Atlantic will be explored or covered or colonized or captured by the Portuguese. So this imaginary line was created, and they themselves divided the whole world into themselves. Then the journey towards the India starts. Bartholomew Diaz was the first person who reached till the Cape of Good Hope, that is the southern tip of Africa. However, he did not went further. Then Vasco da Gama, again after 10 years, that is in 1497, went till Cape of Good Hope. There he got the help of the Abdul Majid, that is the local Gujarat ruler, who helped in who helped Vasco da Gama to went further, and he reached Calicut, where he was very grandly welcomed by the local ruler. Because and at that period of time, that southern land of India was flourishing in trading. Many regional peoples from uh, Egypt, Arabs, Chinese from Java land, they all came, and they have a trading exploration in this period of land. So trading activities was going on in this area from past multiple centuries, and that is why also the Europe and India was connected to the trade route by the Arabic merchants in the past areas. These all came when the Portuguese came. One very important piece of history, that the story of Maracas were there. They were the first line of defense who fought against the colonizers, that is the Europeans. However, their nature of fight was mercenary. So after some years, they fought against the local rulers only, and which also led to their decline. And this was their rulers. After that, the uh, shift of Europeans, or to be very precise, Portuguese, can be seen that from traders they became colonizers, where they started fortifying the various regions they captured from this area. So by 1500, Vasco da Gama was replaced by Cabral, who started establishing its trading port. And then by 1502, where Vasco da Gama came once again, and then he started using his muscle power by controlling the factory at Calicut, and then at the siege of Kannur, that is the modern Kannur, was also done by the Portuguese. By 1503, we see a clear shift in the gears by the Portuguese, when the Portugal monarchs have declared that they have a direct control over the areas which was controlled by the Portuguese in India. So we see from trading to the colonizers thing happened, and now the traders did not came to India. The viceroys or the official administrative officials came towards the India, and then these things were now became fortified. And now the Almeida, who was the first viceroy, came, and he got resistance from not just by the local rulers, not by just the local traders, but he also got the resistance from the Sultan of Egypt. He got the resistance from the merchants of Venice, whose profit has been declined by the coming of Portuguese. So they all formed a combined army, and they fought against Almeida in 1508, and the Almeida lost that battle, and he lost his son also. But he came hard next year, 1509, in the Battle of Diu and Chol, that is the modern Daman and Diu, one Diu. So then in the modern Battle of Diu and Chol, he fought a very aggressive fight, and he defeated all the combined forces, and this led to the start of blue water policy, or the permit system, or the cartage system in the Indian Ocean. Then he captured all the important choke points, and then the Almeida was later replaced by Albuquerque. Albuquerque was a real founder of the Portuguese Empire. He fortified all the important significant places in the Indian land, and he also captured important choke points from where major trading activity used to happen. So now the Portuguese have a control, authority over Indian Ocean shipping trading routes, and also they have some important regions in the Indian land where they have fortified.